to others. Can I tell you, one of the noblest way to live is to make your life count as far as adding value to lives are concerned. People don't care what you know until they know how much you care. People don't care whether you pray or fast or speak Greek or Hebrew. They don't care whether you are Apostle Joshua Selman. They don't care whether it is koinonia. Once it is an oasis spilling out the river of love, passion, hope, that someone can come to you when they are discouraged and say, I knew that if I meet you, my life will change. I knew that if I meet you, my business will change. That your life will become, is like an oasis in the desert. People can run to you and come and say, listen, let us come to the house of God. It is my prayer for koinonia that it will not just be that this is a place of revelation or this is a place of power, miracles, healing. Thank God for all of these things. The noblest testimony that I desire, not only for my life but for this great ministry that God has so highly honored, is that we love Jesus Christ passionately and truly, that our desire is to see him revealed and glorified from this nation to the ends of the earth, and then finally to see that within the time that God has given us, the privilege of life, we are able to impact people. I am very global in my thinking, but God is giving me a new orientation. I am very personal right now in my impact. As much as I think globally, I talk to the family. My joy is one life at a time. Trying to change 5,000 people at once is going to waste your time. Converge your energy and change one person, and you have affected 5,000 people in one person. There are many people who want to change the world and they've not changed their own families. Have you seen that? Historically, there are people like that. Preachers, their own families can be dying of hunger, dying of whatever it is, and they are changing the whole world. You change the world by changing a life. And let me tell you this, especially for our generation that is obsessed with increase, we want to show that many people are being impacted. I submit to you, as one who has been privileged to experience different levels of increase and honor, I can tell you with every sense of humility, at the end of your life, it's not a crowd that will clap for you. It's the life that has been changed that will remember you. A crowd is a big risk. They will clap for you and say, crucify him the next moment. But one life you focus on. Maybe God is speaking to someone right now. You are trying to change the world. Change the world by changing that little girl in your environment. Start paying her school fees. Pray in tongues with her while you are praying. Raise that girl and let her go to school and graduate in the university. Turn her into a weapon in the hand of God and release her towards a great destiny. You change the world. When you stand before Jesus, the same way the man who preached in a crusade with thousands of people, you will also stand with them with that one life. Jesus was dying. Let me listen before you clap. Jesus was dying for the whole world, but he turned to one man by his side, and it was as though he forgot that we were all there too. Would you be distracted by one man when you are focused on the impact of the whole world? But he still turned to that one man and he said, this day you will be with me in paradise. Look at the nature of Jesus's impact. He will preach in a crusade of 5,000 people and then go to a woman by the well. He will preach. He was on his way to making impact at a crusade, and then he saw a tax collector who, because of his height and size, climbed a tree and said, no, I honor you, come down, I've changed, I'm going to your house. And in his mind, the crusade and the meeting of the tax collector carried equal value. We must redefine our idea of impact. I'm saying this finally so that we will manage our concept of impact. Because if they tell you who are the men of God or who are the businessmen that are making impact and changing the world, chances are you will say they are the Joshua Selmans. They are traveling from nation to nation. I'm giving you a new orientation, dear generation. No, impact is one life at a time. The person who was changing Reinhard Bonnke did not know he was influencing Africa. The person who was changing Billy Graham did not know he was rewriting history. Listen to me. History has been written and is being read, but history is still being made. The same energy I would give a stadium of people preaching is the same energy I would give a young lady, a young gentleman, if I have the opportunity to talk. I will not say the spotlights are not there, the ushers are not there, there is no honorarium. Jesus communicated the same passion with the woman at the well. When Nicodemus came to him by night, do you know the entire John 3:16 that is about the greatest verse for the salvation of the believer? It did not come on a crusade ground. It came from a discussion in the night with one person. The understanding of worship in spirit and truth did not come as the sermon on a crusade ground. It came as a discussion between Jesus and an outcast, a prostitute supposedly. What will holy Jesus be doing with an outcast, forgotten by society? There are some of you, you may never have the opportunity to stand on the crusade grounds. There are some of you, you may never have koinonia with thousands of people like this. For you, God will give you one life and say, this is your project. Make sure this child does not fail. He may be an orphan, but you have a responsibility to train him, because this is the gentleman who is going to change Ethiopia. This is the gentleman who is going to bring revival across Europe. And while, mama, while you are cooking for that gentleman, young lady, while you are helping him do his assignment, you think you are just helping one person. While you are watching the Joshua Selmans with a crowd of people, you are feeling bad that you are not doing ministry. You do not know you are changing a whole nation in one man. Before the word is lightened upon Israel, he sends the word to Jacob. Rebecca, you are not carrying twins, you are carrying two nations. Mama, God gave you 3 children. No, God gave you the secret, the keys to the revival of 3 continents in 3 people. Can I tell you this? Whether you have the privilege to talk to 10,000 people, 1 million people, whether you have the privilege of having thousands of people follow you online, millions of people, whether you have the privilege to have access to deep dimensions of revelation and illumination, whether you are known and called and celebrated or not, the most important thing is to be motivated by these tripartite motivations. I repeat one last time: your love for Jesus. Number 2, your desire to see him glorified. Number 3, your sincere love for men. Don't use men, love men. Pastors, don't use members, love members. Don't manipulate people to build an empire for yourself. Love people sincerely. Love is painful, love is costly, but love is powerful. Before we rise to pray, while you are seated, I just feel stirred in my heart. I want to make an altar call right now while you are seated. You are here and you are saying, Apostle, there is no delay. I need to run to Jesus right now. God is speaking to you. I want you to leave your seat quickly and come and stand here right now. There is no need wasting time. There is no need lying to yourself. God is speaking to you that you need to rededicate your life or make a fresh commitment. Whether you are inside or outside, you are saying, Apostle, sincerely, I cannot say I've been motivated by these tripartite motivations. I have been playing church. I have been playing all kinds of things. I need to make my ways right. I'm going to count 1 to 5. When I count 5, I'm going to begin to pray. I want you to leave your seat and come and stand here right now. This is a family of faith and a family of love. Come. 1. Those who are coming, please let them come. If they are coming from other places, I want you to run. 2. Motivated by your love for Jesus. Motivated by your desire to see him glorified. More than a church being built, more than a bank being built, more than a company, a conglomerate being built. Please come. The desire to love men. Some of you hate men. You only use men because they are a necessary tool. Come. It's time to give your life to Jesus. To see you high and lifted up. You're shining in the light of your glory. Pour out your power and love as we sing, holy, holy, holy. We'll see you high and lifted up. That's our desire. You are shining in the light of your glory. Pour out your power and love as we sing, holy, holy, holy. Ladies and gentlemen, I salute you for this noble decision. It pays to serve Jesus, it pays to know him, and it pays to live for him. If you're joining them, please join them quickly. And all who are making this decision for the first time, online, following from across the globe, this is what this is all about. It's more than just a galore, an advertisement of a man of God and a church and a ministry. Believe me when I